friends, and welcome back to AmandaMuse. So today we're going to be talking all about body confidence because I think it's a very important discussion to have. Being women, being people on the earth, and people in all shapes and sizes, male, female, whatever. I think at some point or another, a lot of us struggle with what we got going on and what we're looking at in the mirror. Am I right? So hi everybody and welcome. And I just thought, I'm seeing a lot of stuff pop up about it, and actually something must have happened in terms of my feed, like what I'm looking at for Instagram and all of that, where I'm starting to come across more people and content creators in the body positivity movement. So hi Casey, hi everybody, Milen, and everybody. So I thought, let's talk about it a little bit, because I think sometimes when you're outside looking in at someone's life, it can, hi Michelle, it can appear that they have everything in control and that they've always felt super confident and always felt that way, when that's usually not the case. Like usually there is a point where we go through something transformative and it takes us to that next level, right? So I find lately I get a lot of comments about being very confident, or, even just yesterday I put out a video where I didn't wear any makeup because, quite frankly, I don't wear makeup every day, and I really wanted to film a video. I felt inspired, but I just didn't want to sit down and put all the makeup on, you know what I mean? So hi Jessica, hi Leanne. So I didn't. And I like my face. I like the face that I've been given. And so, yes, Eileen was saying wisdom. We get older and we gain perspective on what is important. Ain't that the truth? And of course, being a mother to a boy and a girl, I think that we need to be conscious of how we think about our bodies and all of that. So I wanted to give you a little bit of a story from when I was young about something that I went through, and it was very minor and very tame in comparison to some struggles that people have had, but definitely a piece of my life that I feel like changed me a little bit. So when I was about 14, I was hanging around some people that maybe weren't the best people. Do most people go through that? Or at least as a parent, you probably see your kids going through that. And she was a year older, and she was très cool, knew all the people. She had all the right friends. She had all the right clothes, all the right things. You know what I mean? And I did not have all the right things in my mind. We didn't have an abundance of cash to go buy all the clothes, and I was really tall, and sometimes pants got short and it drove me crazy. But anyways, one of the things is that she didn't eat very much. And I'm talking we would go to school and we would, I'd have breakfast before school, and that would be great. But sometimes I wouldn't have breakfast because I had this mission to be thin. And then we would go to school and I would have $1 or whatever it was for the cookies. So at our school they had these big oatmeal cookies, and I would have this cookie, and that's all I would eat for the whole flippin' day. If you know me in my gosh, you guys do know me. I've been making videos for how many years now? I gotta eat every 2 hours. Otherwise, I'm a mean unit. So I wasn't eating, basically. And I say that with a laugh because honestly, I just want to smack that 14-year-old across the head and be like, honey, eat. Well, my parents, specifically my mother, formulated this devious plan, and I think she's watching right now actually. But so Sarah says those cookies were the bomb. They were good, I'll tell you that much, but I should have had 4. But basically, so my mom's devious plan is that she started making all of my favorite foods. I used to love this hamburger steak dinner with the onions and the gravy and the yummy potatoes and all of this stuff. So she'd make it, and I would sit there contemplating eating this dinner, and I don't want to eat it because I'm trying to have this mission to be thin. And in the end, I came out of it. I started to hang out with that girl less and less, and my influences changed, and I, of course, got I was into sports and I was into all these things. So I couldn't keep up this charade of this body image issue that I had. But here's the biggest body image thing I had. And I say this because I was inspired by this woman on Instagram, which if I can find her, I will share. But she was talking all about clothing sizes and how she was a size 12 5 years ago, and this dress says size 12, and she's now a size 20 and put on that size 12 dress and it still fits perfectly fine. And my whole issue is that I weighed 125 pounds at 14 years old or whatever it was, very thin. Now I weigh like about 145 or something because I'm tall. But I'm 5'8". Like, I'm a tall drink of water. And if you're comparing my body stuff to, if there's some people doing weird comments, don't worry, it'll all go and it'll be vanished once I'm done being live. But anyways, so once here I am I'm like a 5'8" woman comparing myself to this girl. You're 6'3", Megan? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Gosh, I love tall women. They're just like, you know what I mean? So much beauty to look at. But here I was comparing myself to my friend who's like 5'2". Well, a 5'2" woman is not going to be the same as a 5'8" woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a size 8, or probably at the time more like a size 6, but I needed to be a size 2. Well, girl, the pants never would have been long enough to fit me because it just didn't make any sense. And so I think, like, it's all about perspective, isn't it? Coming back to that. It's like, what are we talking about here? You know, and also now that I'm a mom. So anyway, that's my little story about the short pants struggle. Yes, tall girls unite. What? Totally. It's like, and I feel like now, I know a lot of people harp on social media being this negative thing, but the reality is there's also a lot of good being done. And I, postpartum, really, really struggled with my body. Like, big time. Talked to you guys about that. I put on a lot of weight pregnant, and when it came off, I was like, who's that lady? I mean, you guys know the story. I've shared that with you before. But then even post breastfeeding, that's like a whole other, I always had the perkiest set, you know what I mean? And then I'm looking in the mirror like what happened? You know what I mean? Like, how could that have happened? But coming out of that now, I've been done breastfeeding for like 6 months. The girls are coming back and it's all good. And I think it's just like, just sort of coming to terms with new normals, keeping really good positive, Ashley, killing me, keeping positive influences your way. So there's this woman, I need to find her name, but there was this, she had like purple hair and she was dancing on Instagram, like all of her glory out, wearing like, you know, bra and underwear, and she had the most beautiful rolls, and she just looked like this full-figured woman who was absolutely stunning. And I was just like, yes, girl. And I'm looking in the mirror like, what am I worried about? You know, I have my own struggles, but it's perspective. And so something that I want to do with my daughter and my son is show them, for one, a realistic image of what a woman looks like, you know, postpartum, who takes care of herself, who also really loves a good, solid Big Mac. Am I saying, you know what I mean? I love Coke, full fat Coke. Like, that ain't going nowhere. And so it's all about that range of like, this is reality, and, you know, set them up for a positive influence. Like, one thing you'll never hear me say, hardly ever actually, in real life to anybody, but especially in front of my children, is anything negative about my body. It's like, you know, even my C-section scar, Esme jokes, and she says how it's like, I tell everybody that, you know, so she's obsessed with having babies, by the way. Like, it's just playing house, having babies. Excuse me. She's obsessed with it. And so she knows all about natural birth and like C-sections, and I hear her talking to people and she's like, yeah, I came through the sunroof, you know, like C-section. So like that scar is very, yes, Eileen, don't focus on being thin, focus on being strong. You know, and it dawned on me too, even in yesterday's video, I get a lot of questions about like, how do you stay fit? And I'm like, I don't. Like, I just run around like a crazy person, you know? That's pretty much what it is. However, I'm noticing that not everything's not as like strong as I want it to be, and I feel tired. And so my mission is to take care of myself. Jack's like, who are you talking to? Baby, I'm just doing a video. Come here. Nothing's wrong with me. I feel good. So But so people were asking like, what do you do to stay fit? And then I realized like, I don't actually know how much I weigh because I don't know where my scale is, although it might be in the bathroom here, but I'm not entirely sure. And I think it's so important to not focus on that. Like I like to focus on how I feel. I have a pair of shorts that I like and I'm filling them out a little more than I normally do, but it looks good. And I'm like, hey, Rihanna is getting a bit thicker. Amanda's getting a bit thicker and it's all good. So it's all perspective. Eileen, mommy is trying to live broadcast here. Jack's like, what's wrong with you? So anyhow, it's all of this stuff. And I think it really makes me sad when I hear my friends or just people that I find on social media friends with or whatnot who are always struggling with their weight and constantly on a diet or, just that whole like yo-yoing and never feeling confident in yourself. And I feel like there will come a day when we are old and gray and we're like rocking the wrinkles and reminiscing about our life, and hopefully we find a lot of good things to look back on. And I'm going to be thinking about that postpartum body and booty with the little dimples, and I'm gonna be like, God damn, I wish I was back there, So it's like, yes, the waist is a terrible thing to mind. I love it. That's awesome. The waist is a terrible thing to mind. That's beautiful. But it's like, yeah, you want to, like, when I was 16, back to that 14-year-old self, 14 to 16, when I thought that I was so big. Like, are you kidding me? I was a beanpole. Pants and clothes just like billowing on me, and well, mind you, I did grow up in the time of like really baggy pants, and so that was a thing. But yeah, it was like that girl had no bum. Like, what was I even thinking about? She looked bomb in her swimsuit. Thank you. And I have never felt more confident in my body now, like, than ever in my whole life. I don't know if it's having children, but truly I feel like it's being in your 30s. It's just like, you don't have time to care about the BS about what other people think about you. Does your partner think you're beautiful? Your lover, are they good? Because I'm pretty sure that's all that matters. Do you feel good when you look in the mirror? Like, Amanda, what are you doing filming in the bathroom? Well, if you must know, I've just filmed this makeup look. And so this look is coming out on Wednesday, side story. But yeah, it's just perspective, And like Elle was saying, lifting each other up as women. Absolutely. Like, I find people's bodies in all different shapes and sizes absolutely stunning. And one thing I want to say is there was this girl that I used to work with. I used to work at La Senza when I was, which is a lingerie shop, when I was in high school or the end of high school. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But there was a girl that worked there, and she was tall and beautiful olive skin and just like the cutest little dimpled smile. I just really appreciated looking at her. I don't know, I appreciate beautiful things. But the one thing is she had these little love handles, and it was, I thought they were the cutest thing ever, and they hung out of her pants because she had one of those like boy bodies, like the cute little boy body with the love handles, and I was just like, I love that. I hope that she never loses that. There's something about that that's so darn charming, and I think that's something to be said about all of us. Like, we all have things about us that make us who we are. Yes, an adorable muffin top, right? Well, we all have these things that make us who we are, and embrace it, Like, one more thing, and then I'll wrap it up, because I know you guys are busy and you're all doing a big thing, but I had a moment there after my daughter Esme was born. I was doing yoga, and I wasn't so good about my scarring because that birth was not how I wanted it to go. And I remember just all of a sudden looking in the mirror and like sobbing about the way things didn't go and how I thought my body looked, and I didn't think that my husband would like love my body again. Like, it's so crazy how our mind can trick us into these things. And now looking back at it, I'm like, I just want to hug that woman, and tell her like, girl, it's going to be okay. And you are going to rock that scar because you made two humans, and it's not going to be red and hurting forever, and you're going to find a new normal. And so I am going to be starting this. Don't worry, Jessica, you can watch the replay. But you're going to find I'm going to be starting this new video series kind of thing. I hate to say series because I scare myself about commitment, but I'm going to be starting some new videos about getting fit. And it's not going to be about getting my like pre-baby body back, because that's BS, and I prefer this body. It's done good work. So it's just going to be about getting healthy, getting fit, embracing all your stuff and, you know, just like someone, bye-bye blockage. But you know, just embracing all your things. I was gonna say flaws, but they're not flaws, you know? So look out for those videos coming soon. And if you're new, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. I put out videos 3 times a week. Mondays live, Wednesdays and Sundays, and on Wednesday I'm going to be showing you my new makeup thing. I've been doing this glowy kind of look and I would love to share that. So come back. So come back on Wednesday, and if you feel like you want to watch another live video, I will be live tomorrow on Facebook talking all about raising a girl and what that means, and I think it really plays on this body confidence stuff. So let's continue the conversation. All right guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!